Hey, kids. I'm going to take this down just a little bit. Let's put it on just a little bit here. Come on, come on. Is it up or down? I don't know how to put it up or down. Either way, shout out to DJ Cryptomatic, throwing in some drums and bass. Smoke Spider's throwing up some emojis that just show up as a description here on StreamYard. Ding Dong StreamYard. Happy Halloween. Just kidding. It's 420 somewhere, kids. Happy 420. Happy Easter. To those celebrating Easter, it's kind of a big deal for me. Personally, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the Easter eggs. I like the chocolate bunnies. Delicious. But either way, hey kids, this is Pulse Revision coming to you from Quattro Cinco Studios in my mom's basement on 420, also known as April 20th. It is Easter Sunday, and we've been given a beautiful Easter gift this weekend in the charts that you guys have enjoyed, like the nice pump going on. And then DJC, DJ Cryptomatic he's the man. Follow him, subscribe to him, and check him out. He's pretty awesome. Let me pull up my stream here. Here we go. Looks like it might be smaller here. Might be buried under more. I'm not showing up as streaming right now. Let me go into my profile and then go into my stream. Yeah, there we go. Nope, that's not it either. Maybe I'm not streaming on Twitter right now. No, I'm not streaming on Twitter. That's why I couldn't find myself on Twitter. Yeah, maybe I have to add Twitter here. Yeah, let me add X. There we go. Now we're streaming on Twitter too. Okay, good. Let's just remove that. Yeah, I just jumped on Twitter. Let me go on Twitter, and I will share this link, of course. And if you hear that noise in the background, that is my teenager that I learned to drive the riding lawnmower today. So she's doing pretty awesome at it, actually. I love to see her. Don't you just love to see your kids learn to do yard work? It's kind of the best. And then, of course, here, let me come back on here. Here we go. Boom. And then we'll add this to chat too as well. Paste that right there. So we got both of those going, and now I can go here and restream this one right here. And like I said, DJ Cryptomatic's doing some really good drum and bass set right now. So follow and subscribe to him. He's got some really cool stuff. He also is one of the co-hosts of What the Hex show. So that one's cool too. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, how much dark will your fuel cell collect? That is the theme or the title. You guys have less than 48 hours to mint your J4 fuel cells, and this mint's been way bigger than I anticipated. I really didn't think that this many were going to get put out there. Your tweet, live right now. Come nerd out over yield. Boom. All right. So I got that posted there. Let's check our comments here. We had Mix AJA in here earlier. Happy 420. Yeah, DJ Cryptomatic, Ahoy Mates, Hex T Armstrongs in the house. Hexado is giving us a nice a nice flex. Smo Spider says money. Smile if you are enjoying daily green candles lately. I am, yeah. Mint to print. Hex T Armstrong, please like and post. Yes, please like and post. It was funny the other day when Hex T Armstrong came on my show and he's talking about being on there with like B Roots and those guys. I was expecting him to say, yeah, and then I told him about Pink Miss Well and Dark, but instead he talked about it and some other stuff, and I was like, oh wait, okay, never mind. So anyways, just so you guys know, I'm usually promoting things like, of course, Dark and Pink Miss Well. I'm also promoting things like the DAT token, Tell Me Don't Play That Farms, the actuator token, which is crazy, some of the solid X and no permission stuff, Yep token, King Queen Pooey, those ones are all in our family. So those are usually ones that I like to talk about here on stream. But we've been getting really nerdy lately. And I even reached out to Dawn. Dawn, if you guys don't know, Dawn is a spreadsheet Excel ninja. He's an Excel master. And so we started putting together yields and projected yields of what the yield would or payout from the treasury would be. And we got some very, very interesting graphs to share with you guys and to show you guys. So that being said, and of course, Smo Spider, shout out to Smo Spider. Let me share my screen here. And I'll just put my face down here, but you can still hear me. Yeah, Smo Spider has been absolutely killing it with these shorts right here. So here's one about actuator, a nice short about actuator, a repost, which I love the repost. Thank you so much. And then we've got, she's got some other good memes and stuff in here too. She's got a nice short from Richard Hart's brother. You've got a short. Here's Zephyr Trips video. She's posting Pink Miss Well video, and another short right here. So if you check those out, and if you check out a lot of our stuff on YouTube that we've been doing, the Bistro tutorial and the actuator tutorial, and soon to come, we have a dark tutorial coming up. And this one shows the dark from Solana. Unfortunately, our dark's doing a little bit better than that dark. You got Ralphie picking up Easter eggs here. Because dat and dark, the dat's gone, most of the dark's gone, still there. So it's just quick on the draw. Whoever gets a 0x bistro first, that's really who wins. Let me refresh this and see what's on here. So you've still got about 20 dark for sale for $19. So that's one's at the money. You're of course saving money on slippage. The token is at the money. There's 7 million of those you can pick up for the no permissions. Homie don't play that farm. And then you got some briberies here. Shout out to our buddy Fast Abdul. A bunch of these are in the money or at the money to pick up a whole chunk of bribery tokens for what he's doing over there. I still haven't deep dived into the bribery system, but I'm sure I'll figure it out here very soon in the next week. We got King 2 that's just barely out of the money. And then, of course, we got the dark token. Dark token sitting at 1,000. We have one dark token listed at $1,000. And it'll be interesting to see if this ever gets in the money right here or at the money. If this $1,000 dark ever gets at the money, that'll be a lot of fun to check out. So come here, make sure you go to communities and join collective. Let's see how many we've got in the collective now. We had 35. We're still 35 members. Join the collective. This is where we're going to post the art for the J5 fuel cells. And this is also where you're going to vote. And of course, we got this amazing video from Zephyr Trips, which is absolutely bananas. Let's play that right now. Shout out to Corey Investor. He actually has a short here that has the subs, and then we'll play the whole one. But
so how does it work? Let me explain. First you buy the dark token, now you're in the game. Then you mint the dark and get a fuel cell. That's an NFT, one that earns yield. So how does it work? Let me explain.
Nice little quick tutorial right there from Zephyr Trips. And then of course, let's see if we have the other one already lined up here, if it's downloaded. Hello, Max and crew. Hello, Believe in Yourself. How are you doing? Media post. Here we go. Check out. This is it.
I'm talking AG, anti-gravity, project, I respect, staying true to the thing. Got the evil address and the pink in this wheel. Got the dark matter token going up, I can tell. Hey, I can tell, this started something fresh. Styled out, extra vision and done the hex, yes. I confess, hexagons don't stress, cause as a community, one. So tell me, are you in, or tell me, are you out? Do you want to win, or do you chase the cloud? What is this really about? The treasury and lottery. If you make dark tokens, you can get a part of it. So how does it work? Let me explain. First you buy the dark token, now you're in the game. Then you make the dark and get a fuel cell. That's an NFT, one that earns yield. As long as you have it, it feels like magic. But if you can't provide the NFT, that's tragic. So most think it was a game. Are you here for the fame or here to make your name? See, Hexagons reign, we create our own lane. I thought I told you, financial gain. AG project.io with the flow. If you know what I know, then you know what I know. That's how it go. Something like to support team, dream, public service announcement, t.me /anti-gravity saga. It's the telegram. Tap in. Yo. I'm talking AG, anti-gravity, project, I respect, staying true to the thing. Got the evil address and the pink in this wheel. Got the dark matter token going up, I can tell.
Let me try this one more time without the echo for you.
I'm talking AGP, anti-gravity, project, I respect, staying true to the tech. Got the evil address and the pink in this wheel. Got the dark matter going up, I can tell. Hey, I can tell, this is the start of something fresh. Shout out, extra vision, and on the X, yes. I confess, Mexicans don't stress, cause as a community, one. So tell me, are you in, or tell me, are you out? Do you want to win, or do you chase the clout? What is this really about? The treasury and lottery. If you meant dark tokens, you can get a part of it. So how does it work? Let me explain. First you buy the dark token, now you're in the game. Then you mint the dark and get a fuel cell. That's an NFT, one that earns you. As long as you have it, it feels like magic. But if you vaporize the NFT, that's tragic. So most think crypto is a game. Are you here for the fame, or here to make a name? See, Mexicans brain, we create our own lane. I thought I told you the new financial game. AG project.io with the flow. And if you know what I know, then you know what I know. That's how it go. Something like to support team, dream. Public service announcement. T.me / anti-gravity saga. Get the telegram. Tap in. Yo. I'm talking AGP, anti-gravity, project, I respect, staying true to the tech. Got the evil address and the pink in this wheel. Got the dark matter going up, I can tell.
And of course, I'm muted again. Let me come back here. I muted it for that, then I forget I'm muted, and I come and I talk. Some of you guys probably thought that you were celebrating 420 early there. So, yeah, it is 420 somewhere. No, audio muted. There we go. Muted. There's someone special. Hey, what's up, Wild Estee? Good to see you. She appears, as always. Smoke Spider's laughing. I just turned in and was like, what did I break on my laptop? That's what it sounds like. We do have a special guest in the green room. I was kind of chewing him out on stream. I should have reached out to him personally, but he is in the green room. Let's see if we can pull him up. Are you there, Hex T?
I am there.
Come on. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
It's a great day. It's a Sunday. It's a beautiful day here. It's also Easter and 420. So you got two groups of people completely celebrating today.
As Sundays always should be. It should be a day of celebration.
Yes. Yeah, it was. Did you hear me earlier talking about the hoping that you were spreading the gospel over to B-Roots and
Well, let me back up. I was going to get there, but you had a very top-notch guest coming in with Frank Plancic. So I enjoy every time Frank comes on. My whole countenance, my whole soul and mind and spirit just comes alive. Frank is just one of those people that you're better for knowing him. Yep. Just like you, Maxie.
Thank you very much. I'm down to the feet of the rabbit. I've been munching on this while I was playing Dark Matter. Right there.
So let me catch our audience, our Fight Club up. During work, when I'm going through pulse ray vision withdrawals, I've been listening in the background because it's easy to do with KR Ghost and Panos spaces that they've been holding. Some of these spaces have been going over 48 hours recorded. And just the banter, a lot of it is kind of tongue in cheek, kind of high school, just cutting on everybody. But there's a lot of community being built on that space. And what little bit of background is usually the people on stage, the top 6 people on stage, they are crypto trench warriors. A lot of them have kind of went through this hard school of knocks the last 11, 12 years of the crypto, and they let everybody speak, and it's good. And it gets a little ruckus, it gets a little bit out of hand, but the KR and Panos do a really great job of monitoring them, mute the stage when the passions start getting on. But by and large, they're very, very productive. They're very, very productive conversations. So Wednesday or Thursday, there was a 48-hour spaces that started, and of course, PDI was the topic because Panos and KR want all sides of the stories to come in, and their stance is we're going to buy the bottom and sell on your head because they're degens. I mean, that's what they do. They see an opportunity, they see a 2.5, they see a 10x, they take it, and they're upfront with that. So Giga was on there, and this was Thursday. It was like Thursday at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and I tried to tell Giga that I believe what this PDI is going to be used. It's going to be used as the Trojan horse to try to reload into these other 12, 13 tokens that Mariah has developed, and he's going to try to use these not as a peg in the sense of a unit of measure, but all of these tokens are going to float and arc between the 12 or pairs of them that they're making. And Giga, for some reason, something clicked in his head, and he went and looked at the contract, and he goes, "I can't believe this. I can't believe I've missed this. This is it. It's right here. It's exactly what these tokens are designed to do." So about 4 or 5 hours went on. I had to take a nap because I've been burning the candle at both ends. And I happened to come back on when Giga was looking at the address for the maker, P-maker. And it's a gal that goes by the handle Katrina or Caddy. And Hexecute has, for the last 60 days, with all of the inflationary minting that has gone on in the extraction, he kept telling the audience here, there's 11 billion DAI missing. I can't find it. And that's enough to run, to control the pool, whether you go up or down benevolent or you're going to dump on people's heads. Now, remember, some people have been getting into this the last 6 or 7 months. That they're all in on PDI. And
this is EDI or PDI that they said was missing?
PDI. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what had happened?
Called PDI die.
Yeah, PDI. So there's always been this, where's this 11 billion going? And then Giga introduced us all to an address scanner. I don't know what the real term is, but it's called Frenkenball, FRENKABAL.com. And by that, he was able, and these guys know everybody's wallets. They know Sami's wallet, they know wallets, they know RH wallets. That's what these guys do. These guys are just nonstop following the whales. And they let you ride with them if you want to. I'm not going to try to quit my day job to try to turn a quick 2.5x every day. I just don't have the stomach for it. Okay, long story short, so Giga ends up finding, this is like Friday night. I think this is Friday night. Maybe it's Thursday night. The days are running together. Giga finds the 11 billion PDI that Execute was saying, I can't account for it. And these guys don't do anything. If they can't account for who has 80, 90%, and because they're waiting for them to do a buy or sell signal. And then they go in with them. These guys are killing it. But they've all worked together the last 4 or 5 years, and they're all dedicated to Pulse Chain. This particular group of degens really does believe there's a future in Pulse Chain, and they want Pulse Chain to succeed. So Giga posts on Twitter that Katrina's wallet with that showed the $11 billion PDI in her VAT. And within an hour, she came to our space and first she burnt it. She burnt it like 20. She burnt 10 billion like 10 minutes after he posted. So it went viral.
She had the 12 billion.
She had 11 billion that was unaccounted for because it got lost in all the PDI mini. So she burnt it like within 5 or 10 minutes of Giga posting that here's where the 11 billion mystery tokens are at. But there's 1 billion left, which is still sizable. You can still do some damage, whether benevolently or just being a dumper. So these guys are like, well, we got to get this other billion done. And he made another post and she burnt that within 5 minutes. And then she came on and she gave some really good answers.
So is this the first time she came on?
In a while, yes.
Okay.
And
So
she addressed
earlier.
Yeah. And the Spaces is recorded.
When they were looking for the billion, she had the billion and she knew they were looking for it.
Yeah.
But she got that information to herself.
Yeah. And the question was asked, okay, why didn't you burn that as soon as it hit your VAT? Why didn't you burn that?
My first question would be, why didn't you tell us you had 12 billion?
Yeah. And she did a little laugh tail and says, well, we didn't even think to look in that VAT on that wallet. It was news to us. And okay. So she said that, but she did go in to explain how she's working with Maria, and with the Atropa system. That yes, the point is they have like these ladders, these token ladders. So from left to right, it's like Treasury bill, Fed, FDIC, and then underneath there's child tokens that are going to basically just arb until everything's at parity, not peg, but parity. And then what they want to be able to do with that, evidently, mathematically, it's supposed to be a system that's going to be economically stable, the Atropa system. But then the question came is, well, Mariah's got 80% of the T-bill. What's he going to do with that? And so there's still gaps in their gameplay of what they're publicly allowing versus what the gameplay is behind the scene. And I get it. They've got to have that. But, then the question was asked, okay, is the extracted ETH going to come back on chain? And she says, absolutely yes. The intent is to pump back in like third, fourth quarter this year. We'll see on the timeline. We'll see if that happens or doesn't happen. But one thing is, as soon as that 11 billion was verified on chain, burnt, and it was discovered, that's when our green candles just took off.
Okay, so you're saying that this when they stopped extracting money through PDI.
Well, they did the ESM Thursday. They did the ESM and killed the MakerDAO that governs this PDI. This PDI we've been talking about for a better part of 2 years now. So the ESM function was called. Everything went down to almost zero. Everybody got wrecked. And then KR and Panos, they bought so much at the bottom. I mean, literally with like $1,000 buy, they basically can do a CTO now on PDI. They can dump anytime they want. But they're telling people, hey, we can dump on you. This PDI basically is dead. But now this PDI is also getting rotated into the Atropa system. So some of it's already bonded with liquidity again. even though Panos is probably one of the biggest whales now out there. I mean, big enough of a whale that he can impact price at will. And it's all on the Spaces, and anyone's invited. They're great. Everyone's been great for alpha and for information. And we're also going to be doing a introduction to V3 liquidity on Monday, which might be interesting.
That would be interesting to learn about V3 liquidity. I would say the alpha that these guys are given, or anything that they tell you guys, is something that they've long since front ran from all of you. So anyone listening to any of these people, it's basically their exit liquidity that they're dumping on you. What you're
Right.
seeing is you're seeing a game of musical chairs
Uh-huh.
played by cannibals. And every
Yeah.
time they cannibalize another group of people that run out of money, they leave and they
Yeah.
don't play. So
Yeah.
really, they're extracting value from Pulse Chain, and they're also making people leave Pulse Chain, not bringing people to Pulse Chain. They are gangrene cancer. And I just tell you this as a friend because
Yeah.
I've been watching groups like this for 15 years, give or
Right.
take. Well, no, 12 years in crypto. Let me give myself 12 years. And I'm telling you, they're telling you what they want to hear. I do a lot of hints and stuff to you guys before I make any moves or before I know someone else is going to make moves, which
Yeah.
I want to see you guys win together. But I would just warn anything that has to do with Pete Iotropa or any one of these people, they're all there to dump on your head. They're all
Yeah.
there to
Yeah.
screw you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, I would just warn people about that. We got Condor Inkensensen. Good evening, all. We've got Elizabeth Mack. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Elizabeth. We've been enjoying your art here on J4. And again, like I said, if you guys want to be part of the J5 art contest, you got to be in that community on X. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm sure you were probably one of the first people in that community, Hexty.
I was the first after Dawn.
Yeah, look at this. You were this is how Don beat me to it. And then yeah, look at this. You can see the order of people joining, which is great to see people joining in here and having fun. This is the place to go. I mean, obviously Telegram is where we share a lot of information first. And that's really we may be posting a spreadsheet of this information that I was going to go over today, where it kind of shows you if nobody minted another FueCell except for the evil address, some of these payouts are crazy, and some of them may change in the future based on how many people mint to get these returns. So I want to jump into that in just 1 second. Let's see here. Before we go into that, I definitely need to share my screen here and drop that and go to our very favorite site. Remember, guys, you have less than 2 days, less than 48 hours to mint dark matter into FueCells. This is basically a forever T-share. It gets you a shot at the lottery, but whether or not you win the lottery, you're going to end up with a piggy bank, which could be worth a significant amount of money in the future, which we'll jump into with the spreadsheets. All you got to do is go to Mint right here on the top or on the home screen, and it'll take you right here. You connect your wallet, and you also get some bonus points for rewards, real life swag that we can get into. We'll probably just do a whole stream just about the swag. And then, of course, if you click on tools, you can see here in the lottery, 115,000, almost 116,000 FueCells have been minted. I think we're going to see some last minute guys jump in. Anywhere from 5 to 20,000 may jump in here before this clock rolls up. And the jackpot right now is 23,000. So you got 23,000 dark matter tokens in the lottery. No evil address bonus. We will wait to see if or when the evil address bonus comes back to sweeten the pot. But if you take a look at the treasury and what I'm about to share with you guys today, you'll see that there's a very big incentive to be minting even here on J4. So we'll go into that in just a second. Here we go. Treasury's already paid out 33,000, and it's sitting with 32%, or 321,000 dark are locked in the treasury. That'll be paid out to the FueCells. So this one's locked until the 33,000 is locked in the game of chicken, and we have 321,000 headed into the NFTs, into the game of chicken, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's take a look at the charts here. This is the dark and solid X, which has about $19,000 of liquidity. on V3, which means that this is either single-sided or this is hugged tight to the line, so concentrated in various bands and price ranges. So that one's that one. If we go up here to dark and nope, that one has increased in liquidity significantly. It has $20,000 of liquidity, and we got a nice rise pump up there with the market and with the Pink Miss Well token, which we'll get into in just a second. The star, if you will. So Rat Pulse is still continuing its climb upward, as with Hex. Hex is very similar, still bouncing up higher. Pulse X is bouncing up higher, which is nice to see. And then Inc. Incentive token is back about almost back up to $1.50, which is nice to see. And Solid X is going to look very, very similar to Inc. because of all of the liquidity that's tied between them. I mean, Inc. has 4.8 million tied to Pulse X in this pair right here. So this is going to follow Pulse X and Inc. quite a bit. Those are both, I think, good ideas. Then here's the Solid X, Pulse X. Sorry, here's the Pink Miss Well. This is the dandy that has been taking off like a rocket. Not a lot of money for the bots to dump right now. In fact, if we go to its supply right here, there's 59 holders, 60 holders now, 60 holders. And again, you got it's not the evil address. The Pink Miss Well used to have over 75%, and now it has 66%. My guess is that it has tied that Pink Miss Well liquidity to dark to help pull them together in whichever direction. And then you got 132 million, 13% that's tied in that liquidity right there on V3. Then we come down, this person has 100 million right here. I believe we will see this 100 million join the liquidity pools. And then you got another liquidity pool. And then down there, the next highest holder here is 14 million, 6 million, 5 million, 3 million. Few people with $1 million all the way down here to this one. And a couple of these are liquidity providers as well. But this under $1 million, there's not many holders over $1 million. And most of these I think are going to end up being liquidity providers pretty soon. So just by putting some very intentional liquidity and putting the bulk of a coin into someone's hands that's not going to sell it, can create something as beautiful as this. And I think, like I said, it'll be interesting to see how long it takes us to lose a zero, which would be right up here. Here's where it would lose a zero. That's not too far out of range. I mean, I don't know the Fibonacci's on this. I'm sure I could put them up, but we'll see how much higher it has to go to lose an O. We're at about a third, 33. So right now, if you were to buy $1 million of Pink Miss Well, it'd be about $330 plus some slippage, although there is $42,000 in liquidity here. And there is a ton of liquidity right here. I wonder if this will be the one. That's the one with Pulse. Here's our bull market taking off. This is the first bull market in a while since this last bull market. We skipped a bull market with this Nothing Burger, and now we have another bull market finally coming up. We had a mini bull market there and a really nice bull market coming here. I would like to see the meme of Pink Miss Well to $1. That's the meme that I would like to see, is Pink Miss Well to $1. That would be something good, because I think that one's got a lot more potential than some of the other stuff people are hoping goes to $1. Let's see here. Actuator token is still taking a little jump right here. We'll see whether it comes back and tests this previous high, or whether it comes and tests this previous low right there. Yep token is going to look very similar. It's got a nice bounce. It's going to look very similar to Nope, no permissions token. Right here, that one's also got a nice bounce going on. And then, of course, Homie Don't Play That. This is the token that was basically just thrown out thrown out with the bathwater at the beginning, and now we're seeing it recover a little bit. And we have seen some things in the works. We believe that they're cooking. We believe that they're also going to reduce their emissions rate that they're paying in their farms. So 100,000 of them burnt, which was a nice bump, and then we've seen it continue to climb. So check out DAT. We did see some of the DAT token on sale on Bistro this morning, and it disappeared very quickly. Here's the dark against pink Miss Well. I don't know why it's not reading the liquidity here. I think it's because it doesn't know how to read pink Miss Well's liquidity. But if we go to, let's take this pool pair right here. I don't know if this this is V2. So this has very little liquidity, but you can see it how tightly it is bonded to dark right here since that liquidity was added right there. Interesting. Very interesting. Of course, you got SolidX versus SolidX, which has $1.6 million in liquidity, and it looks like it's going to go up here and hit its ratio. I believe its ratio, because there's 21 million SolidX original tokens, and then there are 1 billion SolidX pump.tire tokens. So you math whizzes out there can figure out what that ratio should be. And I'm not sure if this is low or high. I think it's low. Like, let's see here. If you take 21 million and you divide it by 1 billion, then you're going to get, there you go, that's the ratio. 0.0021 would be the even money ratio of the two of them together. And yeah, so wait, did I say 0.0021? If it's 0.0021, let's see, this is the primary versus the pump.tires. So yeah, it would be that divided by that, and that equals 0.0021. So really, this might be oversold. I mean, overbought. So I think that the actual, ratio would be closer to down here. But then again, remember the original SolidX did take a hit on the chin from the P-dye extraction. And so it might be that, yeah, it's riding a little bit higher. No, then it would actually be lower than this. That's a mystery to check out, but I'm sure there's someone that is going to figure out exactly what's going on with this ratio. And then of course we got some more dark, a bunch of 41K paired with Nope. You can see it, the bot's finding a spot here, and then a nice lick up. And then you got dark and SolidX on V3, which you can see the bots have finally found the ratio there at $19.15 on that pair right there. So very, very cool. Make sure to go to coinmarketleague.com. Coinmarketleague.com is going to show you, let you vote for some of your favorite tokens here, like Carpe Diem. We love Carpe Diem. We'll vote for that one. We'll share it on X. There we go. Post that one. And then we want to, of course, vote for Hex, because we are Hexicans after all. We'll vote for that one. Share it. And the other, like I said, if you follow Coin Market League, and then you also post this on X, then it is going to give you, look, Dark's all the way down to 16. Dark needs your help. Dark needs your love, guys. Go on here and vote for Dark. Yeah, they repost and do really good engagement as well. So it's a great way to get the algorithms picking up on a bunch of these subjects, which is cool. And then, of course, Hocus Pocus Finance, we're going to vote on that one. Give it not a bot. Share it. And now we can post that on here. And we'll be going to that in just a second. Oh, look at that. That's a good thumbnail right there. All bald head and a very toothy grin. Love it. Love it. Come in the water is fine. Thank you very much. I'm going to repost that. Hex T. Thank you very, very much. So, all right. So CoinMarketLeague, go there, follow them. Let's see what's going on here at OX Bistro. Like I said, we've got some FueCell. We got some dark in the money. We've got some Bribery tokens, and the King 2. Here's the dark for $1,000. It's still out of the money. And here's the bean. Someone's got 500 million bean that's also out of the money. So those are, keep an eye on here. This is kind of like the first one who sees the deal kind of gets it and grabs it. And when the price of dark like went up, someone went in and snatched like 50 and 100 dark right off of here because the ARB opportunity was there. But I think also they just saw a steep discount. And of course, you don't pay slippage, which is great. Great. Here we are with our actuator token, our actuator liquidity providing. So we got some liquid T shares. We paired them with Hex. We deposit them in on PulseX, and here you go. We got about $77 in here. Then in the last 25 days, in the last 25 days, we've earned over 10,000 actuator tokens. And this is all liquid. I mean, there's no time lock on this one. There is a time if we were to take these 10,000 actuator tokens and farm them to get HTTs, to get more liquid T-shares, then there would be a 90-day lock. But 90 days is not a bad lock either to get more HTTs. Very, very cool. If you guys have Hex and you want to know what's going on, check out our tutorial on my YouTube channel about actuator. It shows you how to go through the 4 steps of staking, Hex, providing liquidity, depositing, and farming this token. So yeah, check that out. Check it out.
Hey, Max, can I jump in on actuator? So I've been, I don't know, locking or staking. What pool you have to lock for 90 days? Is that to farm the actuator token? Or
if you farm the actuator token to get the HTTs,
then
there's a 90-day lock on that one.
Yeah. So if I buy HTT 3000s, what am I trying to say? Every time I do that, my counters, even though it's 3 or 4 days apart, or three or 4 weeks apart, the counter starts back to 89 days. Am I reading that right, or is it just 89 days for the most recent deposit?
I don't know. I figured that it was kind of like a hex ladder where whatever you deposited would be unlocked in 90 days. But maybe you're starting that over. I would have to ask that question to Bill and ask him if that's the case. But if you have the 3,000 HTTs and you pair them with Hex, then there's no lock on the actuator farms. But if you farm actuator into HTT, then there is the 90-day. But that's a great question. I'm going to ask him. I'm going to ask Bill if every time that because I've been, just taking my actuator, compounding it, and to get more HTTs, and maybe that is the case. I don't know if it restarts it. Ask Bill if vault timer restarts with compounding. There we go. Yeah, I'll shoot him that. That's a great question about actuator.
Yeah, because whether it's a 3,000, a 5,000, or a 7,000 pool, you only have one counter that's visible. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not a metadata behind there that shows each deposit and its time frame remaining. It's just a question that I thought I would ask.
Are you seeing the timer on this vaults page?
Yeah, it should tell you what your current, like if you deposit today, if you had, you'll see that counter will reset to 89 days.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't done it on this one. I haven't farmed the actuator token on this account. I've just been compounding my other one. So yeah, I'll definitely have to see if it starts over, because it does pay me out the HTT that I've earned as I deposit more. So maybe it does restart the clock. Oh, so see here, remaining lock period right there. Let me see. Let me actually look at mine and see what another one of mine says here, and see if it shows up. So it might start your clock over and it might not. I thought they were just like individual, almost like a hex ladder. But maybe you're right. Maybe every time you add to it, it resets that 89, 90-day clock.
It's a possibility, but I'm only taking one data point. It may end up being a ladder type countdown. Each daily deposit might have its own countdown.
You're right. My countdown does say 88 days again since the last time I did it. So it looks like it's remaining. Yeah, whatever you add to that bit, it does start the clock again. It seems it doesn't break it into more than one vault. Like you only have one vault, so you could have a vault going on the 3,000, the 5,000, and the 7,000. But whenever you add more to it, if you compound it like I've been doing, it looks like it resets that 90-day clock. So yeah, that's something to consider when considering what you might do in the next 90 days or what the market might do in the next 90 days. That's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I would assume it just restarts it, but I'll ask Bill to double check. This blockchain explorer that we have here at scan.mypinata.cloud, it's not very accurate at all. It is usually sometimes up to 3 days behind where some of these amounts are. That's why I usually go to our website to see exactly what the count is for the treasury and the payouts and the lottery, because this is up to date. But again, if we just take a look at this one, which may be outdated, we'll see that the evil address is down to almost 42% in 4 mints, 4 journeys. The treasury is up to 35.22%. It's much higher. It's actually higher than that, I think, because it'd be 32 plus 32% plus 3.3%. So 35, no, it'd be about 35.4. 35.4 would be the amount that's in the treasury and the locked inside of the fuel cells. So yeah, it's a little bit higher than here, but not much. So about 35% of the entire supply is there. And then you got the mystery box, which used to have about 11%, but we've seen it drop all the way down here to 6%. So I think it's been doing more providing liquidity, especially with Pink Mist Whale, and trying to do some interesting things there. And then you got the 4.85% in the lottery. So you got about 5% in the lottery, and then you got the mystery whale here at 3.98 that's been accumulating and buying dark, and you got the Pink Mist Whale at 1.47%. I do know that the Pink Mist Whale, I believe, is in the lead right now for users that are minting fuel cells. And then you got this whale right here that's got some even numbers, and I don't believe that these have been minted for J4. So some of these we might see jump from here into the treasury and the lottery right there. And like I said, I'm really excited to show you guys this spreadsheet, because it is bananas. If I say so myself, it's pretty bananas. I'm not sure if this fuel cell count is up to date, but according to this fuel cell account, once you get down here, the Pink Mist Whale has 35,000, almost 36,000 fuel cells. Very, very, very impressive. Here's a daughter address to, I think these are both daughter addresses to the mystery box. So those aren't a big deal. And then you got Randy Hilarski with 18,000. You got Firewell with 10,000, and all those 10,000 are from J4 that he just jumped in with. You got this guy with about 10,000, 7,000. So yeah, this is where you're going to see the accumulation of dark in a big way, which I'll share with you. Pink Mist Whale, again, like I said, it's pretty well locked up here. We've seen a lot more go into liquidity providing, but we haven't seen anyone dumping it for the most part, except for bots. So you'll see every time you go here to Pink Mist, well, Dex Creator is a bad example of this, but if we go to Gecko Terminal, which I might switch to just Gecko Terminal charts, you can see the bots go in and buy directly after every buy of Pink Mist Whale sell. So as soon as you buy, they try to front run you and sell it right on your head. But yeah, that's really interesting that there's really not a people that hold enough to sell much right now. And so we'll see how much we can make that chart scream. Let's see here. Anti-gravity. I think we might see fewer of these right here for sell. So yeah, there are actually, at this point in time, there looks like there are no anti-gravity NFTs. There's no fuel cells for sale right now. If you go to priced, look, yep, all the J3s and J1s are sold out. There's none for sale. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens when the minting closes in a day and 19 hours. If somebody starts putting the 14s for sale or whatnot, or if we see any one, two, or threes for sale, especially after this information comes out about the yield payout. I think after we see the yield payout, we may see a lot less J1s for sale, or you might see their prices go up significantly and dramatically.
Hey, Max, you read my mind. Can you go back into that Hive, the LP? How much
this
LP
one
is bonded with Pink Miss Well right now?
Well, it's strange because it depends on which token is listed first in the pair.
Right.
So sometimes it'll show up under dark and sometimes it'll show up under Pink Miss Well. But let's see. So if we look up darks right now and have it fetch the pools, remember dark was $7 and there was $11,000 of actual liquidity not that long ago, maybe a week and a half ago or about a week ago. And now there's $100,000 that's paired or bonded, and about 15,000 is on PulseX V2, 21,000 is on 9-inch V2, and 69,000 is showing up on V3. So the biggest ones are no permissions, most, and Pink Miss Whale right here. So Pink Miss Whale has $3,000 of V2 that's equal sides in all directions to infinity.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 9mm V3 pools, there is $50,000 of V3 liquidity paired with Pink Miss Well, and 18,500 paired with Solid X. So as Pink Miss Well gets pulled up, it should be pulling up dark with it, and if it pulls up dark, it should be pulling up Solid X. So whoever paired that Solid X, I think they know what they're doing. That's pretty cool. And then we go to the Pink Miss Well pair right here. It ends in B872. Let's scan that one and update it.
Yeah, Friday night, I think Dark had a daily of, I want to say as high as 51%, and Pink Miss Well was like 31. And then Saturday, keeping those green candles up, I thought I saw Dark at 61 and Pink Miss Well at like 64 on Saturday.
Yeah, something is not right here, because I know for a fact that there's 9mm V3 pools with Pink Miss Well, and they're not reading here. And I think that might be the same reason that Dex Screener cannot read it. So if you go
because of that, because there hasn't been any trades.
Yeah, somewhere it's looking at the trades, which Pink Miss Well has a price right here. If you look at the wrapped pulse pair that came from the graduation, you can see the price and you can see the liquidity here. I don't know why it's not showing the dark and Pink Miss Well liquidity right here. See, unknown liquidity. Well, no, it's known. It's just not reading it. Wherever it's getting its feed from, it's not reading it. So it's showing the V2. So there's 42,000 paired with wrap pulse, and there's only $3,500 paired in V2 with dark.
Now is either
concentrated on V3.
Are the boys over at MCR with the Hocus Pocus pool aggregator? Are they going to try? I don't know if it's feasible or if it's even worthwhile. Are they going to try to make a complete pulse chain liquidity pool provider snapshot, or just tokens within their ecosystem bonded to their tokens.
On the Magic Carpet Ride?
Yeah, on Hocus Pocus.
On Hocus Pocus. Well,
Yeah,
Hocus
because
Pocus.
there's a ton of pools in there now. I don't know if they're, and I'd be curious if you could talk to Triplet Dad or Ty where they're pulling their data from on, tokens bonded with the Magic Carpet Ride tokens.
Well, Hocus Pocus and Bistro are not. I believe they're not the same. They're
Right.
separate. But
No, I understand. But it's still an MCR. That front end, that UI is an MCR developed UI, isn't it?
I'm not sure. Let's check that out. We'll go to MCR. I think it's MCR 369.
Yeah, 369.
IO. Yep, there we go. So it looks like, they've got buffet, barista, bistro, and steakhouse, but they're not. You can see some of these things on Hocus Pocus, but Hocus Pocus isn't part of their suites.
Oh, okay. I would maybe I made that assumption.
Yeah, and we have been reached out to Nick from PulseMarket.app, and they're very interested in accepting dark matter as one of the payments over here.
Cool.
So we may be seeing some fuel cells listed in dark over here. The pink mist well, nobody wants to touch because it's brand new and it's volatile. And
yeah,
you can see how difficult it is to get a price feed on it right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, should be hundreds of thousands of dollars here in the 9mm V3 pool.
Is that reflected on? So 9mm just did a refresh on the UI. So it takes you now all the way up to the pro site. It's pretty slick, the newest deployment.
Let's see here. Go here. So here we're locked here. We got pulse chain there. I think we might have sold some.
Refresh that tab.
This one right here, go into like trade or liquidity.
We'll just refresh the screen there.
Okay.
Because it should give you the option now of the UI that you've been accustomed to, and then there's a link there to the 9mm Pro.
Disconnect wallet transactions meet 9X. Is it the 9X that's the Pro?
Yeah, 9X.
Okay. So this is the new UI right here.
I believe so.
Well, that's interesting. I wonder if it'll show you. I think if I hit that, it'll pull up it'll pull this one up. There we go. We'll connect that one. And let's see. I don't think so it shows the gas. It shows my pulse, shows that. And then I wonder if you go, where would you go to add liquidity on this new one? Maybe I just click back on here. So there's swap. This is just a swap page right here. I'm not seeing where to add liquidity on this one. Might have to go to the old site to do the liquidity.
Yeah, and I need to find that new link. I thought I had it.
Well, pretty soon we're going to get really, really awesome, like some of those guys that are able to put liquidity on the chart. Have you seen those guys where they'll have the liquidity, like the V3 liquidity on the chart itself?
Yes.
So when you pull up the chart, you'll see exactly where the heavy buy and sell
right. And that's what the spaces with KR it's going to be dedicated to. It's going to be showing the functionality, showing. The hard part is if you're selling into a token, right, you actually want to adjust your buy side. You're doing the opposite action, because what you're trying to do is when you're selling, you're trying to find a buyer that's going to sell, that's going to agree to your terms. And then as a liquidity provider, you can adjust your fees where you'll get less percentage of the transaction, but if you get more volume at a lower fee, it's still potentially, this is all potentially you're going to be the market maker that collects the fees, even though it might be 1/10 if you set it 1/10 below, but you're doing 1,000x on landing the market maker, then it's the same thing as doing 1,000 doing a 10x on fees, but only doing one transaction.
Okay, that would be cool. That would be really cool. Speaking of that DAT token, homie, don't play DAT. These are the percentages that are paying out 200%, 260. Where's that YEP token? YEP token's paying 274. So you go on to Bistro, get a pile of YEP, go buy some Nope, and you could be getting 274.
Okay. Can I interrupt you? Can you go ahead and hit the invest and go to 9mm off that link and see if it opens up a new tab and if it's the same.
Yep.
Now
this is 9-inch. So this
one
goes.
That's 9-inch. Okay. But yeah, some of the liquidity pools, if you invest, it'll give you the 9mm option to buy or invest.
I think if I'm not right, I think the whitelist on Queen takes you to PulseX.
Right.
For a while, you had to go through PulseX to farm this.
Yeah, but the homie Pulse pool, I think you can go on Pateas, PulseX, or 9mm. So, hey.
So you got your dog all excited about farming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, it's very interesting. I don't know what the DAT token is going to do in the future, but it would be very, very interesting if we saw more of that stuff burnt and more of that emission choked back, kind of like the actuator token. People look at the actuator chart and they think, oh, it's an incentive down and only token. Maybe, because most of this liquidity, most of this token is going to be issued this year, and then it drops and drops again. So yeah, if you go here to the dashboard, I believe it shows the how much they're going to give out, and it shows the discount to Hex. So you're getting a 29% discount on the 3,000s, 60% discount on the 5,000s, and 64% discount where you're getting that much. You're basically getting a discount on the Hex because of the Hex time token right here, which is kind of crazy because you're going to wait till later to receive these. So that's the future value of these that you're getting. Let's see here. If I go to more slides, let me just go to their main page. Let's just take this to the main page. Just actuator, not the app. Let's go to the actuator. I know he told me what this was on that on our tutorial, but let's see here. FAQ. What's the Hex time token? Where's the actuator? What's actuator? Look at this one right here. Actuator fees. It's a deflationary, has a max supply of 1 billion. So 75% is distributed to the farms, 25% goes to the fees, and then somewhere in here it shows the I think it's under docs or something like that. Reviews, learn videos. Yeah, I'll find it here and I'll bring that to you guys too. But like I said, most of the actuator token is going to be issued first year, a little bit the second year, and then on the third year it just stops. Like, you're done. So yeah, this chart may be deceiving. We'll just see how many people continue to compound it and hang on to it. And yeah, very, very interesting, cool stuff. Cool stuff. Let's see where we're talking about the actuator farms. We talked about this liquidity, and shout out to the Block Hive for putting this really cool thing together. There's our ChatGPT. Here's our globe that I was showing you guys that we're working on integrating into the Pink Mistwell game. It's a lot of fun. It'll be interesting to show you guys how this works, hopefully in the near future. As you can see, there's 369 spots on this globe right here, and we can zoom in and get really personal with it, or we can zoom out and then spin globe. Pretty soon there will be a Mistem button that we'll be able to play with on this. So I don't want to say too much about this right now because it's going to be fun. Watch for that, and it'll also add bite pressure eventually to dark and probably pink as well. So check that out. This is a UI front end that we've been working with to play with you guys on testnet. But here's the weird thing about pulse chain testnet. Testnet actually creates more errors than mainnet, so it's actually easier in Pulse to test on Pulse than to test on the testnet, at least with a lot of the builders and people that we talked to this morning. So yeah, check this out. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is a good place to check your fees. GoPulse.com/gas. Sometimes when I go to mint some fuel cells and they want to charge me $300 to mint them, I come here, and that's because these are going completely crazy right here. Now, let's jump into the fun part, the nerd part of this right here. Look at this chart. This is a very, very interesting spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet, if you will. This one's actually a Google sheet, but we kind of go back and forth. This one's very interesting. We've been calculating what the estimated payouts for each fuel cell through Journey 3 would be. And right now, if absolutely nobody else minted except for the evil address, the J1s would be sitting at 5.5 dark. The J2s would be sitting at 4.99. J3s would be almost 4.5. And the ones that are minting right now are projected to pay out or return 3.96 dark. So for the next day and a half, you can basically exchange 1 dark for 3.96 on the low end, and who knows what it'll be on the high end. It's all just based on how many people keep minting. But you actually, even if nobody minted for the rest of time, you would get all the way to Journey 12, and in Journey 12 you would get your dark back and then some. Now after Journey 12, and all these numbers are obviously going to change as people continue minting, they'll probably push these payouts up. But yeah, if you look at this right here, from Journey 9, that was Journey, Journey 12. So Journey 13 is where you kind of get yours back if no one else mints. But it'll be very interesting to see what happens, if people are minting for the lottery or if other crazy things are at play right here. We'll see what the collective will hack and how it will influence the mints from Journey 13 on. But guys, like 3.96, that's not a bad return on a dark in between now and the end of the game for 4 years, or less than 4 years now. 3.5, and you see, like, you're just going to get less and less and less every time you go. So like I said, you don't have enough fuel cells. You definitely don't have enough J1, J2, J3. And that's why I was blown away that people were not buying those J1s at $33 or 33 EDI, because basically you were buying 5.57 future dark for $33. And that's kind of where I knew once, if people started understanding this, and we're going to try to put this in stuff like, let's see what this looks like in a graph.
So Matt, let me recap, because I think my mind has gone into shutdown mode. A J1 right now, not counting any future minting or any shenanigans from the collective, it's estimated to pay out how many?
5.5. Dark.
5.5?
Yep.
Wow. That's a pretty good ROI for delayed gratification.
Yeah.
A nice piggy bank.
And look at this slope. Look how fast this slope goes down. And then of course you want to see where it kind of goes below 1, which is right around here. It goes below 1 on Journey 12 or 13 right there. So you're guaranteed an ROI or APY of 100% going into this, and we'll see what effect this has in the future on the payouts of these.
Now, I know we're a long way off, but the question is, well, why am I going to mint when I get less than one back? Um, and let's not talk about price appreciation, which I believe we're going to get there. What happens to any liquid dark outside of the smart contracts, outside of an NFT, i.e., dark and liquidity pools? Are you going to need to pull them before that redemption day?
Yeah. So you get 33 chances to mint. So after the 33rd mint closes down here in about 3.5 years, that's when the rapture happens. So any dark that's sitting in a wallet somewhere not being used in the game is going to be destroyed forever.
And
so the circulating supply will be zero at that point.
Yes, zero.
Outside of the LPs.
But if you vaporize the day after that, that's going to remain in circulation, the dust and whatnot in the entity. Okay, cool. All right.
Yep. So that I'm not sure how long that event will take, if it'll take a day or two. It's going to be very interesting to do that with the devs. But I think that a lot of people are just going to provide liquidity to save their liquid dark at that point. That's my guess. If I know you crazy Hexicans.
Well, let me make sure. So if I'm in a liquidity pool, because right now, I think the last time I checked, I'm like 8% of the Pink Mist Well dark liquidity pool. Those are going to be exempt from the rapture.
Say that again.
If I've got a PLP token, is that the same thing as being in a smart contract and being in an NFT as far as having an exemption?
Yeah. PLPs are NFTs. They're not tokens.
Well, but I'm in a liquidity pool now on PulseX.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I've got liquid dark.
No, you don't have any liquid dark. You have the NFT that
the receipt token.
That gives you
those would be exempt. Those would still be exempt from that rapture of just liquid sitting in a wallet.
Yeah, because you would have an NFT. You wouldn't actually have dark until you redeem your tokens or until you close that position. You actually don't have any dark in your wallet.
Okay, good.
So it'll be very interesting because we've been watching those 900 and something wallets from one community in particular, and they haven't moved. They haven't touched any of their dark or their NFTs. So yeah, we'll see if those ever move, or hopefully it'd be great to see them all just get burnt, if I'm being honest, because either they like get grouped together somewhere or and minted, or they get burnt. That would be the move. But yeah, there's a bunch of it just sitting there. So I don't know if someone has a script or something to sweep them up, or what's going on. But we will see what happens to those 2,000 roughly 1,000 wallets right now that are sitting on the airdrop. That'll be interesting game theory going forward, right? So yeah, these are the payouts right here at the very end, and we know that the evil address is going to be minting this whole time, but who knows who's going to be minting outside of this and what reasons they would have for minting.
I missed the update. Could you repeat what the treasury is up to, or the lottery is up to currently? And has minting closed? I'm sorry, the days have been running together.
No, the minting has not closed. The minting, we have about a day and a half left of Journey 4. And then we have, so you got about a day and a half to get that up there. This might actually be the highest minted journey of all of them so far. Right now, Journey 2 holds the record for 121,000. And we're sitting at 115,000 with a day and a half to go.
Cool. It's going to be exciting. The lotto days are going to be exciting.
Yeah. So the 33rd, the 33rd mint, all of those so right now that the evil address is set to mint 2,303 NFTs on Journey 33. And its payout should be per 0.039758 of a dark. Now, yeah, this is where it gets crazy. Your first payout on J4 is estimated at 0.06.
Wow, that's the highest payout so far, isn't it? For a single payout?
And your first payout on Journey 5 is estimated at 0.14. In fact, let's see, where's the highest payout? Right here around, yeah. So on Journey 8, your first payout would be 0.1228, so about 12%. You'd be getting 12% back on the first payout.
So the drip is actually increasing because of the treasury building.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So look at this right here.
What was the drip on J1 when J1 paid? Was that 0.0135 or 0.135?
No, it's 0.0231 was the first
Okay.
drip.
And we're going to get into like a 10th on J4's drip, like a 10th of a dark.
Let me show. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So you got like a 10th on J, a 12th. Nope, 13. Look, though, so like 6 right now. Yeah, Journey 6 is supposed to be getting 14. Okay, so 5 is pretty amazing. You'd get 0.134, or sorry, 14% of your dark back on the first.
Wow.
But during the biggest payout that we have, the J1 is actually going to be paid out 2,586. So 20 your J1s are basically going to be paid out a quarter of a dark each payout for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's about 7 payouts that are going to be a quarter of a dark to J1s.
This is absolutely crazy.
No, this is bananas.
This is just, it is, if you understand, there is no CD out there. There is nothing that I know of, a savings account that will pay you that kind of yield every 45 days. I don't know any CD deposit that I can make up to a 0.25% return, unless I'm leveraging $100,000 and I'm willing to lock it up for 180 days, which I'm not willing to do.
Yeah. What would be really crazy is if we get down here to like the lower ones, J22s, J23s, J28s. And if people went and minted a bunch of these and were trading package like chunks or groups of J28s and trying to trade them up, like there's a ratio, right? So J1s might be worth 2 J3s, and a J3 might be worth 6 J10s. But and 1 J10 might be worth 20 J15s.
Okay. And this would be something that we could create an OTC. For example, hey, I just minted, it's a good cycle. I just minted in J22. I minted 100 just because I want to try to really catch a lottery. And then you're talking just the drip now. So I scrape, say I get 2 winners, I scrape. So I got 2 winners out of 100, which would be great. But then for the drip, for the yield, I could say, hey, Max, I'll give you a 10-to-1 on a J1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could do that. I think the easiest way to facilitate this would be with the dark token. Because if this J1 has a cash value of 5.5, 5.5 dark.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Then you could either trade it for 5.5 dark to someone who's going to let it continue to fill. Because remember, this is just going out 33 journeys. This is not counting when the dust gets paid out every 45 days.
Right.
Definitely. So
and in price appreciation, if you ended up, even if you just that J1 ended up dripping 6.5, at some point in time, whether it's 10 years from now, and price appreciation goes up a 4 or 5 or a 10x, that's a pretty good size lump of saving interest bearing piggy bank that's just sitting there waiting for you to cash out at your leisure.
Well, not just J1s are obviously going to be the Michael Jordan rookie card. They are going to be the most amazing one. And this Accord, like this is if there's nothing going on, no monkey business, no hacks by the collective, no nothing. Like this is if nobody ever minted another one for the rest of
correct. Right. but what one's going to drip the best until we hit our peak? Right now, is it J4 is going to drip the best? Accumulate until the peak.
The right now, this is a crazy thing. You can go on to you can go on to Bistro for crying out loud. You can go on to Bistro right now, and you can buy a dark for $19 on Bistro. So you can actually get a discount. You can buy one dark for $19 right now. You can take that dark to agproject.io. You can mint that dark into a J4 fuel cell.
Yes. And
that J4 fuel cell, at minimum, will give you almost 4 back in less than 4 to 8 years.
Mm.
You got like 30 hours to basically print your own dark.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
If you guys think, like everyone, I don't know. It seems as though people think that there's not a scarcity of dark, but they don't know how to read a block explorer.
Now, just going back to this line of thought. So I'm getting a 4x at what journey? At Journey 33 or sometime before Journey 33?
When Journey 33 pays out, you'll be at just under 4 right now.
Okay.
With no one else minting. The more people mint, the more you would have, obviously. So you have more and more money in the treasury. So remember that this treasury, there's going to be a point where a crazy amount of money is going to be in the treasury and paid out. Let's see if I can pull that up here on the chart. So like here's the treasury total added to treasury right here. So here's the money added to treasury. Let's put that into a chart right here. Here's the money going into the treasury. It's supposed to be right around here. It started here. It was supposed to start here and slope down, follow this slope. It's all the way up here. It's basically doubled from user enactment, right?
Yes.
If this continues right here, what you're looking at is what was the total of this amount right here? I think it was like, at this point, it was like, where did it go? Somewhere here, there's an accumulation right here. 671,000, so 67% right now.
Of the circulating supply is locked.
Is going to go through the treasury and into the fuel cells. And I think that'll go up dramatically because, like I said, we don't have any of the user data for anything other than these 4. And we don't even have the complete user data for Journey 4 yet. We won't have this for 30 more hours. So
Max, when the NFT concept came out, it was kind of an attempt to get a digital Mona Lisa out there, something that was just going to be one of a kind, go up in value. Mm-hmm. But even the Mona Lisa can go up and down in value. Is there any other NFT that guarantees an increase in yield? I don't care if it's a 1/4x or if it's a 400x or 4x. Is there any other NFT out there that actually gains intrinsic value backed up by assets other than just sentiment?
The only NFT that I know of that has a cash value is What's a NFTs. And What's a NFTs are based on the What's the NFTs are based on ICOSA, and ICOSA is currently inflationary.
Right. What?
So that's the only that's the only NFT I know that might have a cash value.
Right. But even the cool Pokemon, you had 404 project up. I forget what his name was.
Yeah, the 404 monsters.
Yeah, and I apologize, brother, for forgetting your name. That's a cool concept. I could see where it would be fun to, get a one of a kind in that series, get a one of a kind. But again, you build a token primarily to appreciate in a piggy bank, and I don't even know if the Pokemon rarity, just because a collector items is worth $28. Like I've got a couple of Pokemon cards that have been minted and graded that are worth a couple $100, but I can go and sell it 6 months from now and I might only be worth $80, right? Because it's market sentiment. But no matter what, I'm going to get and extract more value than I put in to all of these fuel cells. That's just incredible.
Yeah, this is the best kept secret in crypto. Bistro, Actuator, Dark Token, or Anti-Gravity Project, they are literally revolutionary ideas that very few people know about. Let's see here. We should catch up on some comments here. Good afternoon, Crypto Cat 46. If you can join us, it'd be great to see you in here. Elizabeth's in the house. I keep missing all the good explanations unless you haven't started yet. OMG, finally I'm back, have access to things and can do this. Hey, what wallet are we using these days? Rabby's still being a bitch, right? Yes, Rabby is still a bitch. On some of mine, I'll have Rabby to do some of because Rabby actually does a better job at doing transactions, even though you can't see what the hell's going on. So I'll have like an OKX wallet to take a look at what's going on in my tokens and how much I'm actually paying in gas. And then sometimes I'll run things through OKX, but usually I use this basically just as a visual right here, Yeah,
you get a better price, a price of what you're trading into or out of. I've been really having good luck with the Internet Money swap feature, Internet Money wallet. I really like that swap feature because it's an aggregator.
Have you used that one to mint your fuel cells?
Not yet. Full disclosure, I may or may not be minting in J. What do we mint? J4. I like my my receipt tokens from the liquidity pool.
From which liquidity pool?
Dark Pink Miss Well.
Oh, okay.
I've got like 10% on that V2 in PulseX.
Oh, so you're saying just on V2?
Yes.
Some good yield on that. That's interesting. Yeah, that says the 404 Mon has a cash value of $6 because I believe this is the token that coincides with their NFT.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing right there. Both those. Steve Stash, better late than never, I suppose. 90-day vault. I thought we need to do anything after. Oh yeah, I thought no need to do anything after 90 days.
And that's correct. If you want to let it ride, there's no ESS. You don't have to take action. Just like the Grace currency stake, you still accumulate. You just on the Grace currency, there is an early unlock fee if you go early. But the actuator, you can let it ride. It seems like every time you deposit more HTTs in that particular day, redemption day, the only UI I see is the clock starts over at 89 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is interesting. It's in the tutorial. Yeah, Snow Spider is the editor of the tutorial on my YouTube. Go watch that 20-minute video to learn everything you need to know about actuator. I'll be listening while I do some yard work. Dude, I did yard work. Like I said, I did some lawn mowing this morning and taught my teenager to use the riding lawnmower. So we'll see what's going on when I go back out there. Smo's been very interesting. Very interesting. Check out my t-shirt meme in the memes. Yes, I love that. Very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, I see that shirt. I love it. I gave it a love. By the way, happy Easter to all. Happy Easter to all. Definitely.
Yeah, happy Easter, everybody.
Hello, Dark. And hello, Dark and Max fans. Yeah, I've shared this a couple times on stream, but I was part of a fairly rigid, organized religion for most of my life up to the age 34. And so that was about 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, I wasn't finding a lot of happiness and peace in that organized religion. And so I basically threw a Hail Mary, or surrendered, as they say, and just gave my life to Jesus, which is, that's brought me a lot more happiness and peace. So today is a special day for me, going back on that 10-year mark, not to overshare or push any woo-woo or religion on people, but
yeah, but it's real. It's a real experience, and it's something that we may not be able to physically see, or see the change, but you have seen the change, and your family has seen the change. And the fact now is, it's no longer a checklist. It's no longer rote. It's no longer a requirement. It's something that is now living in, and it's an actual reality. Having that breakthrough of actually living in Christ.
Yeah, I'd say I definitely feel like I have a personal relationship with my higher power now that I didn't have before.
Amen.
So that's my experience. It says, you don't have any dark and you don't have enough fuel cells. This is my situation, crying face. I think that Steve Stash is going to do pretty good on the coming lottery. Let's give him our good vibes and our luck. Hi, Randy's mom. Max is making me nervous that I don't have enough dark. A retired income makes it hard to accumulate. I bet it does. And the good news is you're in the right. I believe you're in the right community with your son, and of course these lunatics here in Fight Club. Smo Spiders left and says, good to know. I've been using OKX as well. I love KG and internet money. Just, man, I wish the interface was better. Yeah, I tried it once a while ago, and I haven't been back to try it.
At SJ, it's one of those things where if you're using it on mobile and your screen setting is too light or too dark, it's very hard because you can't see that transaction, but you can't see some of the split screens. If you adjust your settings to where you can actually see everything on screen and you just use it, it's one of those things where the more you use it, the more intuitive it feels.
Yeah. Good to know. I thank you for your experience with that. I believe in yourself. It's real. It's right. Good vibes to Steve Stash. I never use mobile. Yeah, I don't really use mobile at all either. The last thing I had on mobile was my staker app years ago, where I would view my hex stakes, but I never put anything on there, and I'm really glad I didn't, because a lot of people ended up getting those stuck. I never use mobile either. It's just really hard to switch from Rabby. It's so intuitive to Intermoney, but I get what you mean. Yeah, I believe that we can find, hopefully we'll have a clone of Rabby and DBank coming up. Oh, there was someone messaged me another one that reminded them of DBank. I think it might have been Matt here. Let me see if it was here. Yeah, this is the one that he said to check out. Let me check it out live. So this
is something like Pulse? There's been
PLS Folio and Fatty.io, but those are not bringing up much information at all. This one is called Frankaball.
Yeah, that's the one I mentioned. It's Frankaball, FRENKABL or BAL. Frank, yeah.
Yeah, frankaball.com.
Yeah.
Here we go. I love the pink Pepe face. Let's connect this baby right here and see if it shows us what we want to see.
Now, it's not really intuitive because you can save wallet, and there's a wallet tracker under that Observe tab. Mm-hmm. I tried to follow along Giga when he was looking at Katrina's wallet when he found the the 11 billion die in the VAT that everybody was not wasn't being accounted for. This one you're going to need some tutorial. You're going to need to reach out because it is really useful, but I don't know how you actually set up and what tab to look at someone else's wallet.
Yeah, well, it's connected to my wallet, and I can't see my wallet in it.
Well, it's because you have to go into save wallets, and you got to actually like that home screen that says enter an address, just like on Gold.
Look, I just added my wallet,
okay.
Notes, add address, and I got. Oh, first it gave me a JSON error, and now it says view details, but that just looks like an otter.
What are you on Pulse Chain on your extension?
Yes.
Okay.
So here it is. This is showing dark, which is a step.
Yeah, but it won't show everything in your wallet though. And I don't know how to page down. I don't know. It only shows like. Okay, so that's a little bit different. What's that down below there? Is that actually metadata out of your wallet?
Transaction histories.
Okay.
So this is showing the two. Look, this is the two dark that I just minted yesterday.
Yes.
Right here. And if you guys don't, like I said, if you don't know how to mint, like let's do that right now. Let's take this. So we'll take two of these dark that we have. Boom, boom. And we're gonna get some 8 bonus points, reward points.
Can you drop that link into the chat, please? Because I think people would like to mess around with it, and then reach out, community. Reach out if you get frustrated with it. It's just one of those things that's not intuitive until you figure it out.
It's quoting me 5 to 17 cents, 6 to 17 cents for fast on OKX wallet. So I'm just going to confirm there, and then we'll see this here, and we'll see the notification on the bottom of the screen. We'll also see that treasury go up by about 1.4 or something like that. Yep, it just went up. So the treasury just went up. We got the 2 minted, and then right down here we'll see the little orange notification pop up that this wallet just minted 2 more. But that's it.
So Max, you've got my permission. Put my address in there and see what you see.
Okay.
See if you can pull my address up like Impersonator.
I'm going to put this part right here in the notes. Yep, Matt Wardell, paste. And also, Matt, it being Easter Sunday, Matt has actually redone his entire don't connect, just paste and creep. I think he means copy. But you can just creep. He does have a new wallet that will be pasted in Telegram that is treasured up and linked up. If anyone wants to donate any dark to our buddy here that was onboarding like a madman and got hacked on an old phone, do not leave your stuff on old devices. Don't leave any of your wallets on old devices. Enter address from front of page. Thank you. There you go. So I put this. This is the link right here for it. And then let me see what do you.
So he wants you to disconnect your wallet. Yeah, disconnect your wallet and then just dump my address in there on the search feature. So make sure you disconnect.
I can just save it, right?
Well, make sure your wallet. He wants you to disconnect your wallet.
Okay.
Okay. Now search my address on the front page.
Okay. Here's the front page.
And Matt, help us out in the chat if we're doing something wrong.
And I don't have your address here. You can DM it to me on Telegram here. This machine's not connected to the
You don't have it memorized? I've got your address memorized.
Everyone's got my address memorized.
Okay. Hold on. I'll put it in the chat real quick. Just a second.
Okay. Let's see if I can. I might have to open YouTube to copy and paste it here. Open view on YouTubers. Sit here, and I'm going to make it quiet. Let's see. Is there anyone here that needs a wrench? No, everybody's got a wrench. Wrench. Hexado. What the heck, Hexado? Let's give that guy a wrench and ask him to change his profile pic. We're gonna add you as a standard moderator, dude. Hexato, you got a wrench now, dude. You are one of the wrenched army. Use that with
Okay. Hey, brother, I put my address in the StreamYard chat.
StreamYard chat. Okay, let's see here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom,
You know,
boom.
because I'm savvy like that.
Copy. Okay, cool. So let's go back here to this one, and we're going to paste it right here. Copy, paste, search. So this one is pulling up. It ends in 52964.
Yep.
Shows,
That looks right. Yeah, that looks.
This
Now,
is
can you scroll to see all the tokens in my list there? I don't
no,
know how.
it just
Matt,
does
how do you
these-
scroll? How do you scroll to see everything? Is there a page? Oh,
there's
there
a
it is.
button right here.
Oh, there's a
See
page.
the button at
Okay.
the top, the little carrot
Okay.
right here.
Okay.
You get a
There you
carrot, you got a filter, and you got a refresh. So this one will go down and show all of these tokens.
Yep.
Some of
And
them,
I got a lot of memes down there that are, that
not just
on
memes,
pump tires.
but spam too. You may or may not see spam that's been sent to you
Sure.
in here.
Yeah. And I've got some scam tokens in there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. All right. And you're not connected to it.
My
So
question is,
that. Okay.
will it show our NFTs?
Yeah, they're in that wallet. They're in that address.
Yeah, so there's tokens. Let's look at liquidity. This would be very interesting if I could see my liquidity the same way.
I think it's coming soon.
Yeah, so
They're working on it.
That was the best thing about DBank was you would see, oh, I've got the farm here, I got the farm here, I got to go back to this one.
And that's what everybody's is withdrawn from Rabby is you had the built-in LP right there. I mean, everybody that saw that for the first time fell over themselves that the UI had everything at basically on one screen or two screens.
Yeah, and like I said, it'd be great to see NFTs tab because you could see all your NFTs on DBank too. It was showing your fuel cells.
Yes.
So that's really interesting. Shout out to both you, Hexy and Matt for this one right here. Like I said, we'll post Matt's new, fresh, clean address there. Frankaball reflects pink, Miswell, and dark too. Yeah, that was really interesting. It did show?
It shows everything in my wallet on I think both Ethereum and Pulse Chain on any EVM. Because I think it's showing my EHEX and my ETH there.
Yeah, I've got a third of a million pink Miswell in here for $100, and it's showing it, which is cool because pink Miswell doesn't show many places. And then it even shows my Dark X, which guys, your Dark X has no value. Do not listen to this. Do not listen to anyone that says your Dark X has value. Dark X is a truly valueless token. Truly.
Yeah. Okay.
Truly.
I gotta jump off. I gotta go spend some quality time with my wonderful wife.
Do it.
I do want to wish everybody a happy Easter. I wish everybody blessing, and I want you to, just take today and take some deep breaths and just realize you're part of a family. We're here. We're just regular people trying to degen on this wonderful game, but also teach the basics of in and out of how to access crypto, how to decipher what the information actually means, and be a source. There's a lot of very, very good resources here that will give you their unfiltered opinion, and will always disclaim that, of course, always trust but verify. We love everybody out there. I want you to enjoy this day, this evening, and remember, you all matter, and you all matter to us.
Thank you very much. It says, enjoy Hex T. Armstrong. Thank you, Smoke Spider. I will show, it'll show provided liquidity, and that's handy. Yeah, hopefully we'll show that soon. All right, well, have a great Easter. I think I've gone over everything here. We might as well do a pink Miswell game over here on testnet. This won't be on testnet for long. We're going to be bringing this as soon as we can to mainnet, but it will be a test version, meaning there won't be any dark or dye attached to it. So, yeah, Yeah, when we test it on mainnet, it'll basically just be fees, and then we'll probably just have some prizes for you guys that are playing it and winning it. While we work out bugs, exploits, or any errors, because we're gonna have errors, of course. So I got my test die, my test pulse here. I'm going to put 10 tickets in here because it will take 10 to play. I'm going to enter the game, and I want to continue on this network. I know it's risky. I know it's risky, baby, but we are going to set to unlimited because we're on a test network, and we'll confirm this average. So it wants half of a test pulse to do this. I don't think that fast and average makes a difference on testnet, but it's approving our 10 tickets right now. You guys know what to do. Put your numbers in the chat. Hex T left with a 1. He's ready to go. Put your numbers in. Yes. And this is the address right here. We will be post this in our Telegram, will you, Matt? And then I'll pin it. This is the donation address if you guys want Matt to go back to onboarding people onto Dark. He is our missionary in the field. Believe in Yourself has 9. Smoke Spiders grabbed 9. Elizabeth's grabbed 6. Matt has he's used 101 or LOL. I'm going to erase everything that's not a number here so I can keep them together. So let me do this real quick, not to destroy Matt's address there, but paste that in Telegram, please, Matt, and I'll pin that. And or was that you actually claiming all those numbers? So we have 1, 5, 9, 6. So far we got 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 10. 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10 available. Just kidding. We don't have 6. We have 2, 3, 4, 8, and 10. 2, 3, 4, 8, and 10. Wild SJ's taken 8. Matt's taking 7. Let's see. We got 2, 3, 4, and 10. 2, 3, 4, and 10 are available for you guys to jump in here, and we will start missing these bad boys right here. Still says it's approving. I don't think it likes this. Let's tell it that we're in. There we go. We sometimes you have to tell testnet that you're on testnet even though you're already on testnet. So we're on testnet here, approving. Let's refresh the screen and get it back on track. See if it shows these. All right, let's try again. Let's put on these 10 tickets, enter the game. And by proceeding, you're allowing it to access my test die. I'm cool with that. So there we go, approving, and then they'll probably pop up another window to confirm. In the meantime, let's go back here and see if 10's taken yet. We have Bunny's got 2. Bunny, by the way, I don't see a wrench on that bunny right there. Let's go here and get Bunny wrench. See, yeah, you got a brand new shiny wrench in your pocket, Bunny. Good to see you here. Oh, there we go. Now it's confirming. So now I can confirm it. What else we got here? We got 1, 2, missing a 3 and a 4. 3, 4, and 10 are still up for grabs, folks. 3, 4, and 10. Go ahead and just put a number in there. Nice, Bunny. Yes, nice. You are now one of the wrenched. A wrenched society is a polite society. Here we go. Here's all 10 of our numbers right here ready to go. And I might just start missing them if someone doesn't grab 10. Let's see. And what are we giving away? What are we giving away? Guys, I'm going to give away it's Easter. I'm going to give away 3.69 dark. 3.69 dark to the winner. That's going to be able, if you were to take those 3.69 and you were to hopefully go buy a little bit more and round that up to 4, you could get 4 J4 fuel cells, which, as we've seen in this spreadsheet, will net you at least 3.96. So you could turn today's winnings, free winnings, into 16 dark in the future. And I can only guess what the price of dark is going to be. I've got numbers that bounce around in my head, and I'm afraid to even tell them to my friends and family. Yeah, a few of you guys might have heard a couple of my numbers, but it's gonna be a fun ride. It's gonna be an interesting ride. I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for making crypto fun again. We're definitely making it fun again. Oh yeah, still don't have a 3, a 4, or a 10. If anyone wants to jump in 3, 4, or 10, let us know. Yeah, thank you. No, thank you, Wild SJ. She's definitely one of the coolest parts of some of the meetups we've had, both crypto and non-crypto meetups. Wild SJ has always been such a cool part of a friend group, and I mean, I would consider her family at this point. But yeah, there's a group of us that really really bonded in person, and that's the best thing I could ask for from crypto. I mean, $1 million is nice too, but honestly, these relationships have been priceless. All right, guys, I'm going to start blasting, and if 3, 4, or 10 hit, oh, thank you very much. Right back at you, love. There's some pictures that I posted about time machines and stuff like that, and Wild SJ was the one taking those pictures in Vegas. Very cool. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to start blasting, and if no one grabs 3, 4, and 10, and they win, I'm going to hang on to this 3.69 dark. I'm selfish like that. I know I don't have enough dark, and I know I don't have enough NFTs, fuel cells. So let's start blasting, and I will check back here to see if anyone claims 3, 4, and 10. Here we go. And like I said, pretty soon when we hit the button, you'll be seeing a globe like this spin for the numbers to be eliminated. So that's a cool sneak peek or sneak preview of what's going on there. But let's go back here to the game. I'm going to start misting these babies because it does take a little bit on testnet. There's a delay. And oh yeah. All right, number 1, Hex T. Armstrong is eliminated. The skull of death, the disappearance, the red number 1 here shows us he's been eliminated, which is that's sad. It's sad, but we will continue to mist until there is one man last man or woman standing. Last person standing is going to win 3.69. Oh, number 2 is gone. Oh my gosh, dude. 3, 4, and 10 are still in the running, and I don't think anyone has claimed them. Guys, let's take another hit at this and see who's left. I'm going to miss one more person. Drum roll, please. And 3. Okay, well, don't worry about grabbing 3 now. 3's gone. Let's see. We got 1, 2, and 3. That is so crazy. That's bananas. Bananas. No one's got 2 or 3. Okay, so 1 and 2. Bunny's out. Hex T's out. And nobody, like a dummy, is out. What do you guys think of the noise in this game, lulz? I dig it. AJ Rip City Hex says it sounds like he's at Les Schwab Tire Company, like it's a tire store. There will be a new sound on the new game, but for now, I do kind of like this crazy hissing sound. All right, let's jump back in here. And no one's grabbed 10. You can still grab 10 and 4 are still up for grabs, and 10 and 4 are still in the game. Still in the game. Yay, Smo Spider. First time. Here we go. Boom. Missed them. Confirm. Oh my goodness. Yeah, like I said, if you look at that spreadsheet and the amount of dark that is going to be paid to the early adopters of dark and the people that were here day 1, it's bananas. Like I said, you can basically trade in 1 dark for 4 dark minimum right now. And people are sleeping on it. I mean, people are starting to figure it out, but we are the best kept secret in crypto right now. We are the Fight Club of crypto. There's some cool stuff going down here. All right, we got 10, so don't worry about grabbing 10, but 4 is still up for grabs. 4 is still in here. Let's miss one more person and see who's still in the running for 3.69 dark. 3.69 dark. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh. All right, number 7. Number 7. Lucky number 7. Not so lucky these days. We have 4, 6, 8, 9 left. 4, 6, 8, and 9. 4, 6, 8, and 9. We don't have a 4 yet, guys. We don't have a 4. So Wild SJ is out. Sorry. Smo Spider's out. Sorry. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Wait, you guys are still in. Hang on. Yeah, 6, 8, 9. So 4, 6, 8, and 9. Who had 6? Who had 6? Elizabeth. So Elizabeth Mack is in the running. A Wild SJ is in the running. And Smo Spider. We have an all-female panel. You guys can still grab number 4. If one of you guys that got knocked out, the first person to put 4, you can still take 4. So if you've been knocked out of the game, throw in a 4. Let's effing go, ladies. Dude, that girl power so strong. So strong in crypto, man. The ladies show up, boom, 4. Dude, Smo is the first one to just take 4. I gotta respect that. She has twice as many chances as a Wild SJ. Yeah, guys, get your 4 now. Get your 4 now. All right, yeah, 4. I'm telling you that it's yours. It's yours, Smo. It's yours because you're just the first one to put it in chat. All right, let's go back here. Let's see. Okay, so missed them. Watch this be 4 right after Smoke grabbed it. Watch 4 disappear. Oh. 10. Oh, 9. 9 is out. So sorry, 9. So sorry, 9. So we have I think Smo's in here twice now. Is she? We got 4, 6, 8. And so 4, 6, 8 is Smo and Elizabeth and no, SJ. Okay, so SJ, Elizabeth, Smo's still in it because she grabbed 4. She grabbed the lifeline 4. Oh, okay, who's going out next? Who's going out next? Who's going to get misted next? And misting them is also a euphemism for sniping them. Who's going to get sniped? I think we might change the button to snipe them because we are talking about the Pink Miss Well, who is our patron saint and who is our sniper, who has been diamond-handed when it comes to dark and diamond-handed when it comes to Pink Miss Well, just completely just making a beautiful parabolic chart by just hanging on to them. I wonder if this transaction is stuck. Let's take a look here at our history. It says they've all gone through. Success. Boom. 6. Okay, so 6 is gone. 6 is gone. Oh, man. 6 is Elizabeth. Oh, Elizabeth, we're sad to see you go. Sorry, Elizabeth. So now it's down to Smo and Wild SJ. And remember, when we click this, it's going to miss both of them, but it's going to show us the winner here. Wait a minute. Oh, this is the older version. This one may not show us a winner right here. We had another column right here. Guys, oh man. Okay. Well, guess what? Because we don't know who's going to win, that means that Smo and a Wild SJ are both going to win 3.69 dark. That's right, both of them. And I think I have both of your addresses. Let me double check to see if I have Wild SJ's handy. I know I had it in my old Rabby wallet, which I still have, but let me see if I have it. I might have to copy it from my old Rabby wallet over to my OKX. Yeah, let me see. Let me do a send, check my address, my contacts here, and see if I got a Wild SJ here. A Wild SJ. I have the Trivia Tuesday address that we've been donating to. We might actually shrink our winnings that we send you guys because we finally know how much these may be worth in the future with that spreadsheet. Let's see here. I bet you I got it on X. Let me check X real quick here. X messages on X. Wild SJ. There you are. Boom. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So going back into our messages. Okay. I've got SJ's number right here. So we're going to copy that. And like I said, congratulations to both a Wild SJ and Smo Spiders. Let's miss them goodbye right here. Confirm. And again, SJ, the one I've got here ends in 6938. Man, you guys need to thank the developers for not having this in the iteration, because only one of you would win, but you guys are both looking at getting 3.69 dark here. So congratulations. And guys, I apologize. I did not know the women were going to come in here with girl power and just take over the whole contest. I apologize. That's my bad. We will have a secret boys only. Just kidding. Congrats, Wild SJ. Let me know the last four what you think. Yeah, the last four I got is 69. Nice. And then I think 38. Let me see here. I'm about to put it in here. Send to 6938 are the last four that I've got here. So let's see here. 3.69 dark going out to, oh wait, I need to save this. Let me go back. I gotta save this as your address here. All right, I got that down here. Okay, yeah, so 3.69. Let me know. I'm about to send it. Wild SJ. Yeah, 3.69 dark. That one is confirmed, and it's going to cost us, oh man, it's going to cost me almost a whole penny to send this out to Wild SJ. And so that should be in your wallet momentarily. This is real-time awards right here. And then in the meantime, while I wait for that to send, I'm going to go down here to Elizabeth's wallet. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Smells. I have Elizabeth's too. I you know what? Like, I did send some to Elizabeth. She won a few dark there for winning that J4 FueCell contest, which, by the way, we should definitely go take a look at that. But I'm sending 6.9 here to Smo Spider right here. Confirm. So yeah, let me know if those are showing up. Let me know the last four. Yeah, the AG stuff I believe is in 69. Nice. 38. Congrats, Wild SJ. Like, I'm literally in the middle of doing that right now. Like, minting your fuel cells. Dude, you better get your J4s. Congrats to you. Make sure you use the one that ends in 6938. Yep, yeah, nailed it. Perfect. Woo! Happy day. Congrats, Queens. Poorah. Very nice. So yeah, you guys have just been paid out. And again, let's go to Pulse Market app right here. And let's just look at my NFTs on this wallet. And you can see the beautiful artwork. We have this animated J1 now that is replaced. If you guys go back and check your J1s on Pulse Market app, you'll see they're now animated. Surprise. That's cool as shit. And then the J2s have a really nice, beautiful poster by Red Squirrel. Shout out to Red Squirrel. And then Sykes CJ69, he did this 2-minute video that won J2. And here's a still. And then, of course, The awesome Elizabeth Mack is coming through with just a beautiful poster. This is it. We took the liberty of putting this at the bottom, the branding. And I think in Journey 5, we're going to have people make sure that these are on in the piece of artwork, so we don't have to spend 6 hours in Photoshop being like, what happened? But this is really cool. You actually have like a triangle coming down from J4. She has J4 really nicely already presented on here, which is nice. And then you kind of got a triangle down from AG Project to the 3 logos. So it's almost like a little Trinity thing going on there. Very, very cool. Very cool. Not for sale. Not for sale. So anyways, stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to turn my camera back on, say goodbye to you happy people out there. There we go. Stage. There we go. So yeah, thank you very much, Hexy Armstrong, for joining us, and special thanks to CryptoCat46 for crunching on those numbers with me and Don. We're gonna have some very good, very good visualizations or visual aids for you guys to see how much money you guys are losing every time you don't mint a fuel cell, and what a winning move that is. Like this, every game is rigged, everything's a casino, everything's a gamble and a bet. The only difference is that here in dark matter and anti-gravity project, we tell you what the winning move is. The winning move is to mint as many fuel cells as you can, the older the better, and watch that circulating supply just fly off the market. So dark is a lot more scarce than you guys think it is, and pink mist whale is, you guys understand how scarce that is. Dark is more scarce than pink mist whale. Let me say that again. Dark is more scarce than pink mist whale, and you guys have seen the pink mist whale chart. So beautiful. J4 cell by Liz. I totally agree. Matt totally agrees. And Matt has also posted his address in Telegram. So if any of you guys want to donate to his evangelical efforts, then that one's in there. But you guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to try to jump on here with Don if he can at any time to do some chart stuff, because the charts are insane. The chart, what I've shown you is just the tip of the iceberg of what we think may happen. And you guys are minting like crazy, and keep an eye on that. We have 115,000 fuel cells minted, and I would not be surprised at all if we beat J2. J2 had 121,000 minted, and dude, even the J2s are going to have about 5 fuels, dark matter collected in them between now and the end of Journey 33. So even those ones that have the highest mint are still getting a fat payout. You guys don't have enough dark. You don't have enough fuel cells. What you do matters, and who you are matters, and you matter. And you are worthy of the desires of your heart. So we'll catch you guys later, maybe later tonight, or if not tomorrow. When is this thing going to end? The minting is going to end in 1 day and 18 hours. So not Monday, but Tuesday at midnight? Wait, what's 18 hours from now is 10 p.m. So like Tuesday at 10 p.m. my time, 9 p.m. No, 9:30. 9:30 Pacific. Midnight 30 Eastern on Tuesday is when the window closes and the spaceship blasts off, and you either have a bunch of seats on the spaceship or you don't. That's all I can say. tell you guys or convey enough what a great time this is to be in crypto, and what an amazing time it is to be in dark and the fuel cells in this game. Like, we're making crypto fun again. Love you guys, and I will catch you guys, like I said, either later tonight or Tuesday morning. That makes more sense as it's Tuesday morning, because like a day from now would be tomorrow at 4, and 18 hours after this time. Yeah, I think but it is a real spaceship. love from Wild SJ. Now get those minted, dude. If you guys have not minted, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're literally giving up a dark today for a bunch of dark tomorrow, and the price tomorrow might be bananas. That's all I'm going to say. And watch for some very exciting stuff to be coming out with Pink Miss Well game, and maybe the Pink Miss Well chart like this. Okay, I've said too much. I love you guys, and I will catch you later. Ciao.